G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for part number 16 of my Beginner's Vitality Caster Ritualist playthrough. Last episode we kind of cut out in the middle of doing the seals for Morganeth's Tomb, and so we're going to start today by going back and picking up the one we ran past, which is, where is it, down here, and we'll get the other one as well when we get to it. As far as skills and attributes go, that's already spent, but I do have a devotion point. And we did just finish Ratosh. So we're going on to Oclane's Lantern here. Now, this one here, every single node on this requires either a scepter, a dagger, or a caster offhand. And I did just get rid of my caster offhand. So it's very, very lucky that we have two daggers. You only need one, but yeah, if we weren't using a dagger as our main weapon, that particular devotion down here, Oclane's Lantern, wouldn't work. Which is not great because there really isn't another node or another constellation that will give you 3 green and 2 yellow. There is another one up here in the Lotus, but we already have that. So we would be looking at 10 points. It is 10, right? That's 5. So 9 points to get 6 green and 4 yellow. And I don't know that you can actually do that. So we would have to take this even without the dagger, and we would just have to call these 5 dead points. What we're trying to get to is just up here. The Dying God. We're trying to get to the Hungering Void here. This is really good for Vitality. The other one for Vitality is it Abomination? I'm pretty sure it's Abomination. Yeah, one side or the other of Abomination should give us Vitality stuff. There's some Vitality stuff there. But we're not going with that one. We're going to go with Dying God. So that's where we're heading, Dying God. The plan is we go with Oclane's Lantern, we take Scholar's Light out, then we get the Eel and the Lizard, these two. No, that's the Eel, that's the Lizard, that's Viper. So Eel and Lizard, and then after that we go straight into the Dying God, because we're missing a little bit of red, but mostly it's the blue we're missing. 1 point of red is easy enough to get. Okay, with that said, let's get on with it. So like I said, last episode we kind of went past this just to get to the rift, and so now we unfortunately have to backtrack a little bit. Not that way. That's a dead end. We can definitely kill this guy. Chucking on the second dagger for Ravenous Earth will really increase our damage because we just get more of them now. So we can blanket the area in little snot volcanoes. Why are you lit up? You're those things. Okay. Looks like we're fighting old mate the Corvin Titanivore again. And it's kind of no big deal. We have a ton of health. So usually I say 100 HP per level is kind of like panic stations, you need more health. Well, we are well above 200 per level. So we're doing just fine, thank you very much. That was quite weak. We'll pick all this up. Most of this stuff is going to be sold. And we definitely need to be collecting bits. Not even 1 million yet. Feel like I'm half-dressed going to work. Alright, anyway. Enough of those guys. Here you go, have another one. This is where we're going. You'll notice these 2 statues kind of overlooking the area. If you're not sure where it is, that's a good way to remember. And then we're just going to go straight in here. And we don't want the first little corner, I guess, the first set of stairs, I think they are. What we actually want is, don't go up there, that's where you come out. We want to go around the back way here. And then we're going to head in. Now, this is basically just another ruin. There is a boss at the end of it, and we will have to fight him. But this is effectively just another Forgotten Gods ruin. There is I want to say treasure trove, but it might be an exalted stash. I'm pretty sure it's treasure trove in here. There's also lore notes, and this is another one of the things, or the lore notes that I kind of recommend reading, because this series where you go into all these different places and pick up the lore notes kind of explains what was going on, and it's a pretty good read. At least as far as ARPG story goes, Grim Dawns is pretty good. I especially like the fact that it's mostly hidden behind the lore notes. Yeah, here's my treasure trove. I should get the map up for this sort of stuff. I know there's one in here, but I don't come in here anywhere near often enough to actually remember where it is exactly. So if I hadn't accidentally stumbled into that, I never would have found it. But yes, these lore notes are actually really fun. And I do think the fact that they are hidden, and you have to go out of your way to find most of them, does indeed add to the story. Okay, let's see if we can kind of sneak past a lot of this stuff. Nope, didn't get all of it. Okay, so at the end of this little walkway is the boss platform. It might not be this exact spot, but we're heading up this way. Yeah, no, it's not this one. It's the next platform, I think. And we get to fight another Griffin boss. There are a lot of those in Forgotten Gods. And they all have their own MIs. So we're going to kill Jerinthor the Sandstorm here. And it's not going to be a big problem. There we go. There's the second seal of Morganeth. And we got some other stuff to pick up as well. We're probably just going to vendor all of that. There we go, second seal. These kind of stick together, I guess we'll call it. The third one kind of fits here, and you squish them all together, and yeah, it just kind of works. All right, we are done here, and there's no point running out, so let's just rift back to the Corvin Docks. And we will be on our way. Now, the Corvin Docks has a devotion shrine, it has a totem, and it has a treasure trove. The treasure trove has a pretty good chance I'm not going to find it, because again, I don't come through here super often. This is not an area that I farm. That falls pretty much exclusively to the Gloomwald and the Bloodgrove at this point. This area you can get into later, but not currently. I am looking for the treasure trove, and I'm pretty sure I'm in completely the wrong spot here. So we'll just head up this side. There's a couple of spawn locations up this side. There's one of them. There we go. So you love that. Another relic. Impurity is +1 necro? Yeah, +1 necro, Aether stuff. Less damage from undead. This is actually decent. I would probably use this over the, I think it was Mortality we had before. Hang on, I've still got it. Gluttony. Yeah, I would definitely use this at level 60 if I wasn't dual wielding. Now, if I find a good offhand, like say we find the Empowered Padala's Will or something like that, we could definitely use that. There is also an amazing sword, two-handed sword actually, which is just crazy good. But it does mean we would lose 5 devotion points for basically no benefit. I may give that a shot later. It's +2 to all Necromancer skills, +2 to all Shaman skills, and then +4 to Ravenous Earth as well. So it's crazy good for skill points. And skill points kind of how most casters scale while leveling. Definitely don't care so much about the weapon damage on a caster build, generally. We do have a little bit on Bone Harvest, but that's not our main spell. Oh yes, I need to kill these things, don't I? The Guardians of Ishtal. That apparently I didn't get any of for some reason. Alright, the reason we're heading up here in the top left is the Devotion Shrine, basically. So we need to go and get that. That's a lot of animated warriors. And a regenerator. Okay, that's fine. We target the regenerator first, and we just apparently just kill them. Oh, that sounded like fun. What happened? Despised with the Eldritch Horrors. Well, Despised doesn't really matter. You get a few extra monsters spawn. But, and friendly with Bismail. Okay, that's kind of cool. Forsaken Eldritch. The Eldritch ones are going to spawn you the Forgotten God baddies. So these guys. So we can do these ones. These are semi-difficult in terms of... They're not as bad, I think, as the... like an Ancient Aether Warped is going to be pretty bad. Dementia. That was not what I thought it was. One-handed guns. That's another thing to point out as well. Let me finish this little spiel about the totems first. The Ancient Eldritch is probably equally hard, or maybe even a little bit harder, as the Ancient Aether Warped. So, do them at your own risk. But they're all doable, especially with a build like this. We are tank. At least until things die and we stop leeching. Then maybe we might have a few problems. Codex of Lies is Aether and Chaos. +1 to Necro, which is pretty good. And then Mark of the Deceiver. If we were playing a Chaos or an Aether build, this would be amazing. Yes, so there are actually some pretty good guns for a Ravenous Earth build as well. So keep your eyes open for those. Do check guns. If you're really desperate for guns, Gargle Balls has a pretty good Vitality gun. I haven't looked at it for a while, so it may be no good for this build. But the gun itself is semi-decent. Okay, picked up another devotion point. Let's go ahead and spend that for some more OA and some more DA. We are decently good when it comes to critic, which is nice. Alright, there is a law note kind of down here. I think I'm going to go get it because free XP is free. Definitely recommend everyone should have a law note character where they just play through the game and go through and just find all of the law notes and have a read. I mean, it's obviously not going to be up everyone's alley, but it's pretty good. Also, seriously considering putting a few more points into whatever the explosion is for when we kill things with Ravenous Earth. It's completely worthless for boss fights, but for trash like this, it will get us some extra resist shredding for the moment. Having said that, though, we are going for scales next, and it doesn't stack the scales, so anything that has hit us will not have that extra resistance shredding applied to it anyway. Scales is pretty good, actually, on a Vitality build. Let's just go ahead and show it. So it's over here. This is what we need the yellow affinity for. And this is the proc, so looked like I was taking damage. So anytime you get hit, you strike back with main hand damage, which for us is going to be pretty negligible, a bunch of vitality damage, some energy leech, and you get healed, and it also reduces the target's resistances. Now 4 points is pretty mid when you first get it, but as it levels up, it will increase the amount that it shreds. So definitely good there. The other thing to note as well is we're about to get a new helmet. Well, I say we're about to get it. We are heading towards the place where we are going to get our new helmet. And we will have to have a bunch of skeleton keys now that I'm thinking about it. So we might have to go back and... we have cleansed the Ancient Grove already, so I've already got the key from Morganeth, but we might have to go and get some of the other free, well, quest reward keys. Or we'll have to craft some. It will depend on how long it takes to get the drop. And Morganeth's Folly, or Tomb of the Heretic, rather, is actually a pretty rippy dungeon. If you go all the way through, and especially if you fight Morganeth at the end, it is easily the hardest dungeon, the hardest skeleton key dungeon in the game. Fortunately for us, we are only going to be fighting the Magi, because they have the hat. And it's the hat that we want. All of Morganeth's legendary stuff that can drop all through that dungeon doesn't drop until Ultimate. So we're not interested too much in that stuff because, well, we're not going to get it here. Alright, the other thing in this area, there's a bunch of secrets. So there's hidden loot. I think it's this bridge, but there's a bridge you can walk under and there's loot out the back. We are also looking for the book for the transmutation quest, which if you go back to town now, actually let me show this. If you go back to town now, there should be a quest available for it, and that'll put a nice big star on the map for you to follow. Let's get rid of some of this stuff, all of this stuff. This is actually not bad. I'm going to hang on to that just in case. I don't think I'm going to use it, but having a +1 to all necro skills offhand is not a bad idea. It is completely not a vitality piece. And I guess in 13 levels we will have access to Homestead. Excuse me, a bit of a frog in my throat there. But having +1 to all necro skills is pretty good. No, I'm going to sell it. We don't need it. It's not vitality stuff, so let's just get rid of it. Otherwise I'm going to carry it around for however many episodes, and then I'll end up selling it anyway. Alright, we got some quests up here. Let's turn them in. Why not? Yes, your aspirants are safe. Yes, I will kill your aspirants. Is it this quest? What's wrong? Blah, blah. No, it's not that one. It's these guys. Okay. Come down here. We'll talk to Atron. We also need to go and do Anorak stuff as well. Okay, they're all pretty much dead. And we talk to Old Mate here. You've proven your worth, and yes, you can stay. Right, we'll grab Kira here. Another target remains. I will deal with this trader. We were going here anyway because there is a devotion shrine there, but it's a decent idea to kill the boss this time since we're doing the Dreeg quests. And Carmack, is it Carmack? No, it's Cargon here. Why is that? What's happening? Continue your work. This guy is looking for the Maw of Enat, so I've already found it. There you go. Thanks for the XP, buddy. While we're here, actually, is it? I think it's Dreeg. Okay. Dreeg, where are we? Big two-handed sword. Dreeg Greatsword, level 84, +2 to Shaman, +2 to Necro, +4 to Ravenous Earth. Skill cooldown reduction, 360-ish% vitality damage, OA, DA. This is a pretty good sword. We probably won't use it. Just the bone spikes, if you've got 2 of them especially, are actually more damage, but this is a pretty good option. Where is the quest? It's this guy down here, isn't it? Okay, yep, don't expect me to go rescue him. Thank you for all the components, and apparently a Blood of Chthon, so definitely do that quest, because we may be needing that to craft skeleton keys. Okay, yes, I will find a tome. Okay, this is the one I came back to show. If you pick up that quest, you'll have a nice big star on the map for where the tome is. If you already know where it is, then you don't need the quest, because the tome is always there, even if you've never spoken to that guy ever before in your character's life. But head over here. We want to get down to the ground floor, as it were. And then we kind of loop around up towards where that totem is, kind of. Don't go up the ramp, we want to go under here. And you can see the star on the map now. So if you're not sure where to go to get this book, definitely go get the quest, and it'll just point it out to you on the map. And we want the Tome of Eonatum. Okay, that is the Sanctuary of Haran. Probably a Diablo 2 reference, where we had the Sanctuary of Horizon. I don't know that it is, but it seems like it fits, so I'm just going to headcanon it. Alright, totems at this point are pretty easy. You just hold down right-click, and everything should die. The totems themselves are good for getting purple loot. Good for getting blue loot as well. Venom Lash, no good for us, but worth having a look at for all this gear. Alright, we're done. So, totem is done. This bridge is another one you're looking for. The thin bridge goes over towards the area we need to be in, which is, again, marked on the map with a star because we are on the Dreeg questline. If you're not doing the Dreeg questline, you still want to go in here because there is a devotion shrine, but you will not have the star on the map. So here we go. We work our way through. Apparently there's a totem in here as well, which sounds good to me. Seriously considering more points in Foul Eruption here. Not super interested in the Resistance Shred, which, I mean, it is nice. But just the extra damage. When everything dies, they all explode, and it's kind of a big chain reaction. So I might put a few more points in there. Just for the exploding enemies on death. Because Ravenous Earth is our main skill, it is going to be killing things. And so it's probably actually useful to have that extra explosion on death, because it will be killing things. Okay, Reckoning, no good for us. Twilight's Veil, no good for us. And Badge of Tenacity, also no good for us. Let's go ahead and eat the blueprints. And time to go find the Devotion Shrine. Although, to be fair, it's not really lost. It's in the exact same place it always is. Okay, I should be using Bone Harvest a little more often to get the damage steroid from it. Here we go. Alright, Malteus the Burning is going to die to our Ravenous Earth. And then this one, this is not particularly dangerous. You can get some, yeah, I was going to say, these guys flap their way down, but they animate a whole bunch of stuff at the start, so a lot of the time, they're just going to be dead before they do anything. Like that guy, I don't think he actually did anything before he died. So if you've got enough damage to kill them before they can do anything, they are a literal non-issue. And hey, another devotion point. So let's just drop that to kill things while I'm messing with my devotions. More crit damage, more offensive ability. So we now have a 16% chance to crit against trash. And then our crit modifier, I think it should be, hang on, probability to hit caps at 100%. I think we should be getting a decent amount of crit damage bonus from having high offensive ability. And where is crit damage? There we go. We get an extra 11% on top. So we should be doing, I want to say 31%. It may be 21% extra damage on crits. But we're going to be doing a lot of extra damage. Okay, so this little round area here, this is the boss arena. This is what we were actually sent here to kill, so let's just go ahead and do it. Bordrigue, indeed. And down she goes. Okay, Empowered Malady, poison stuff. No good for us. The Trials of Haran, we can just go ahead and read that. Anyone who's interested can pause at various points through this. This is a bit of a long one. There we go. I swear I read every word of that. There is also loot behind the throne, as it were. So we'll get our 2 greens and be on our way. You can get some good loot out of that stuff. As always, it's pretty unlikely, but you do get 2 rolls from those chests. So potential blue items, purple items, they can drop. It's just kind of unlikely. Alright, so Sunbane Oasis here, we're done. And it's time to move on to the next area. So let's go ahead and do that. Get out of that area. There is another rift here. There it is. And like I mentioned, there is more loot hidden in this section. There's a, I think it's this bridge. It might be kind of up here, but there is a bridge you can walk under. And there's a really big hidden area at the back of it with some treasure in it. It's just generic loot. There's nothing special there. So up to you if you want to do it. This is also kind of secret-ish. This is the hidden blacksmith in Forgotten Gods. And also some loot. Nothing super special again from here, but hey, 2 pretty good chests. There is a chance you can get some blues or purples. And here's Egalon. He will do the, the materials. So you can turn that out. This is normal. Eldritch Essence from flowers is not normal. And you can craft random crafting components. And that frog just will not go away today. Right. So, Sunbane Oasis is this section as well. There's a lot of scorpions here, and there is also Ganavakar, which I'm probably butchering the name for, but I kind of don't care. Ganavakar runs around like a madman, and when he sees you, he'll run over and try to kill you. So let's go find him. I'll show you what I mean when I say he runs around like a madman. There he goes. You don't want to stay in melee range too much, but we can reflect this thunder back at him. And we'll just burn him down, honestly. You want to be scared of him if you're coming here at level 20 straight out of Act 1, but if you're not, he's a bit of a chump. Assuming your resistances are okay. I mean, my everything is capped, which it should be at this point. if your poison is a little bit low, he's going to be a problem. Alright, so this is the Howling Chasm. There is a pretty big secret in here that we are absolutely going to go and do. I call it a secret. It's not really a secret. The game does kind of send you here. But it sends you here with clues rather than with a direct star on the map saying, hey, go here. So the secret itself is the third piece of Morganeth's Seal. Or at least the area where it exists. So this little smashed wall leads to the third area. Leads to another Griffin boss. So we're going to go beat him down and take the third seal. Now, this area has supposedly been sealed forever, but still has torches. I mean, those were glowing statues, but there's still torches in here. Traveler's logs. These, like I mentioned the last time, these are really cool. So it details the story of how they sealed Morganeth's tomb, and then they took away the actual seal itself and broke it into pieces, and basically gave it to people to go and hide, and then sealed them, or otherwise made it so that they couldn't talk. I didn't do a very good job of explaining that. They hid the pieces and then they killed the people who hid them. Put it that way. Slime Bolter, poison stuff, not for us, but not bad. Okay, where were we up to? I think we were getting more oak skin. Having said that, Storm Totem is right there, and converting it to lightning, or from lightning to vitality, is also right there. And I think we're done with Necro. I would like some more in Foul Eruption. I would like some more in Mark of Torment. This is defensive, this is offensive. This only works against trash, which... Now that I'm saying that out loud, we do kill a lot of trash, but we're not particularly worried about killing a lot of trash. This is going to make us do the thing we already do really well, a little bit better, so I shouldn't put points into it. We'll just leave that for now. It would really speed up the trash clearing, though. Yeah, like here, this is still on fire after thousands of years it's been, or however long it's been. Long enough for an entire god and his religion to disappear from memory. But hey, the torch is still lit. Anyway, we're going to push through here. And like I said, we've got a griffin to kill at the end. I want to say there's a totem in here too. I haven't seen it yet. Maybe I missed it already. Who knows? There is also, I think down here, there's a hidden piece of trash loot. Or a hidden chest. Which again, you can go pick it up if you wanted to, but yeah, whatever. Okay. Third floor, this is where the boss is going to be. We just got to kind of walk to the end and we'll get him. Right, I'm pretty sure one of the lore notes, I'm almost positive, is in a body. Just making sure I haven't missed it. It's been a while since I went looking for lore notes, but we'll just leave it. Vendrog. Okay. Rubbish loot, buddy. Do better. Another torch still lit after however long. These must be magical. They've got to be. There's no way there's someone coming down here and lighting the torches. Alright, you can see the exit there. The boss we're here to kill is going to be standing in front of that. So let's go meet him. This is... Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. Okay. Well, never mind. He'll be on this level. Yeah, here he is. So this is Halanx the Forgotten. Once again, all of these bosses do have their own purple legendary MIs. They won't drop them until Ultimate, which is kind of unfortunate. But I don't think we want any of their stuff anyway, so that's fine. Anyway, Halanx the Forgotten is pretty much just going to die. We stand and tank. Probably should have got out of the meteors. Didn't. and it didn't matter this time. There's our third seal. The Anchorite's Headguard is actually pretty good if you need Chaos or Elemental resistance, so I might pick that up. I may end up using it. I really like the +1 to Necro skills that's on this, but I really, really like the 500 extra armor, 400 extra health, and 2 good resistances on this, so we'll see. We'll see. I may end up using that one. Let's just chuck it in the pile of stuff that I'm totally going to use one day, I promise. Let's get some more physique, and yes, I've spent everything. Okay, so we have all 3 of the seals. So hard not to make seal noises right now. One day I'll do that. Not today, though. There's my totem. Okay. Yeah, I was pretty sure there was a totem in here somewhere. Just like the Rune of Callister build, we can chuck down some little snot volcanoes a little bit early, get that extra damage, and let's go ahead and eat that. And there was a blueprint. There we go. Alright, so inventory is full. Let's get on out of here. Probably go and... we're pretty much at the next town anyway. I don't think anyone's following me anymore. So you come out the same way you went in, so no need to leave a rift anywhere, and then we just head out and around. And we'll be on our way as normal. Did they combine? No, they didn't. Okay. So you can see it kind of fits together, makes a circle. Alright, the only thing between us and the next town here now is the big blue doggy, whose name is, again, escaping me. Looks like he hasn't spawned at the top point here. He can spawn kind of down here. I'm not going to go looking for him this time. My inventory is full, so I kind of just want to get this done. This tree here, there's also a little bit of free loot hidden behind it. There we go, picked up a blue, so you can get some good stuff out of those. It's just unlikely. Alright, we are done. There could also be a totem over here, so it's not a horrible idea to go and check for the big blue doggy. Again, can't remember his name. Someone will tell me in the comments, I'm sure. Alright, let's get rid of all this stuff. I should probably be checking this stuff, but honestly, we are pretty close to 65, so we're going to be getting some new faction stuff at that point. Not going to use those boots after all, so we'll just vendor those. Okay, so we have made it to the Vanguard of the Three. And that is going to be the end of today's episode. So I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye for now.